Hello trucker family, this is Kevin with the trucker side. Our team is always on the trucker side, on your side. In today's video we're going to talk about some of the pros and cons of being an owner operator or a lease operator versus being a company driver. Make sure you follow all the way to the end so you can understand the benefits or eventually challenges that you face as a lease operator or owner operator. One of the biggest pros you have as an owner operator or lease operator is the fact that you're building equity in the equipment. So every payment that you make is something that goes towards your equipment, and when 4 or 5 years have passed and you pay your equipment off, or maybe you pay it off even sooner, you have an asset that you can either sell or you can use payment free if it's in good mechanical condition, and you can make money with it because you have put in the work to pay for it. Money wise, generally speaking, you'll make more money as an owner operator. It might not reflect onto every week or every month. There's a lot of variables here, but in the overall picture, if you look at a time frame of a few years, if you own your truck versus driving company, you will make more money. That's as long as you run your business properly. Another pro about being a lease operator, a lease on owner operator, is that you don't have to deal with some of the business headaches that go behind the trucking industry, like all sorts of permits, IFTA, state permits and filings and stuff like that. If you're leased on to a company, they will be taking care of all this, so you get to make money and have somebody to work with you on this aspect, so they don't take up most of your time. Another pro that you have when you own a truck and you work somewhere with it is the independence of choosing your own loads, choosing your routes, choosing your home time, and just making your daily operation the way you like it, the way you enjoy it. Of course, this is with consideration for the fact that you have to be efficient. So sometimes there might be loads that pay better in areas that you don't necessarily like. But if the payday is good, I would recommend keeping an open mind, because the more you are open to going to different places, the more you open your business up to different opportunities. So you want to make sure you run efficiently, so keep those places in mind at all times. Then you also have the aspect of tax benefits. If you own a truck, every expense that you have, starting with the truck note, insurance, and every other little parking, scale, toll road, fuel, or anything like that, anything that you spend on a daily basis can be used as a tax write-off, versus company driving, where the company gets those tax benefits and you don't really have a whole lot of things to write off. Then to talk about some of the cons of being a lease operator, owner operator versus company driver, is just like any other business, there's a risk factor involved. If your truck breaks down, then you have no income. You also have to pay for the repairs, so that might put you in a bit of a bind. So you want to make sure you plan ahead and are ready for the repairs that are coming up, because they will be there. Repairs or any other inconveniences that might show up, like you might get sick. There's no paid time off when you run a business. There's no income, so you got to make sure that you balance that out pretty well. Another con when you own a truck is the variable income that you're gonna have because of one reason or another, whether it's the trucking market, whether it's your truck breaking down, whether it's personal problems interfering with your schedule. There's gonna be quite a bit of a variable in your income. So the only way to actually take care of that is to have good balance and good discipline. The more you stay out when your truck is running and you are healthy, the more you're going to be ready to take time off when problems arise. Because believe me, it is a matter of time until problems come up. It's a complicated industry. There's a lot of variables and a lot of moving parts, and you want to make sure that you navigate this properly. Another thing you want to consider as an owner operator is the fact that at any given time you can have an unexpected expensive repair. You can have transmission problems, you can have engine problems, rear ends. There's a lot of moving parts on the truck, so you have to be in a mindset of big things can happen all the time, and I need to tackle those. You need to tackle those properly, and you need to make sure you're ready for them. That's why we're putting all the information we're putting out here, so that people can get ready ahead of time, and whenever problems come, they will already have a solution. That is part of our mission here. And one of the cons that some people don't really like because they just want the benefits, but I do want to emphasize this: between being a company driver and owning a truck, you are going to put in way more work time when you own the truck, because a company driver will drive, will do his job, and will go home. An owner operator gets home, needs to check the truck himself, needs to make sure that everything is running good, has some bookkeeping to do, has some planning to do, has some tax documents to revise, and so on and so forth. So you will be running a business versus working somewhere, and it's going to come along with more responsibilities than you have when you're driving company. But do not get discouraged. I do think that there is an efficient way to navigate all these things. That's why we're here. That's why we're pulling our knowledge out here. We have been through this. We work with this on a daily basis, and we just want to share this with the community. We are available. We are on your side. We are always on the trucker side. Feel free to reach out to us with any questions you might have. We'll gladly share our knowledge with the channel. Thanks for following. Follow if you don't. Have a good day.